songs are you ready for the long winter's fall? Said the lady in her parlour, said the butler in the hall. Is there time for another? Cried the drunkard in his sleep. Not likely, said the little child. What's done the Lord can keep. And the gloom in the valley grows brighter as the town lends its light most royally, and the house is all burned down. Dark ages, shaking the dead, lost ages, abandon the friends. Oh, great ages, and they burn in your heads.
You put your neck on the chopping block when you come into the studio, because every little mistake, every problem, every inarticulately played note or slightly out of tune vocal or something is going to be there on the final master, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, other than to do it again. That, of course, is why all of this is here. It does allow us the flexibility. If there's one track of the 24 tracks, the 24 different potential instrument sources that we have to mix down through this mixer onto the tape, if one of those isn't good, we don't have to do the whole thing again. We can merely select the thing that isn't right and say we'll do that little bit again.
So should we have a go then? Put one down.
18.
Okay.
3, 4, 1, 2.
Piano on, Rob.
23 and 24.
I know there are people who sort of rush off to Los Angeles to mix and, fly to Paris to record some vocal overdubs or something in the belief that a certain studio is good for one thing and not good for another. But from my point of view, I prefer to be in one place all the time. So that's why I built the studio, because I wanted a place to work in that would be consistent. There's so many studios that I have been in, they change from year to year. They bring in new equipment or new people work there and set it up a different way. And you find it difficult to rely on the sound that any one studio gives.
Sometimes Ian will just have the very basic skeleton of the thing, the melody line and chord sequences, and the rest of it is sort of thrashed out during a rehearsal.
Don't seem to have any monitor echo, what's that?
You come in with 2/3 of an idea, and you add the other third in the studio, and then possibly, if it's a bad night, you take it all apart and redo it again the next day or whatever. But it is like building up on that basic sketch all the time, and that's how it sort of grows. With the first few songs that we record, something starts to emerge, some common unity between them, which may be musical and or lyrical. And that's the thing that you then capitalize on when it comes to the latter part of the album. This song that we're recording now, I would say we're at that point where something is emerging. And the lyrics to this I wrote this morning. Although I must confess I knew vaguely what it was going to be about before this morning, I hadn't actually taken the trouble to sit down and let all of that come out on a piece of paper.
The big jet rumbles of a runway miles that scar the patchwork green. We're slick tycoons.
I never sing my songs until the red light comes on. That's the first time I sing them, and it's for real, you know, and it's exciting. It excites me. If I sang the songs and all the lyrics in rehearsal, it would be too much of a formality putting them on record. When I open my mouth to sing, even I don't know really what's going to happen.
Dark ages, a shame in the dead, and close pages, a better not read. Cold rages, they burn in your head.
That's really the fun of making records, I think, is that the discipline that you can impose upon it all is not necessarily a rigid one that you have to adhere to every time you make a record. There's always room for the unexpected.
And they're screaming.
I'll have to come and listen to that. I think it needs something else there. Probably James Galway.